What do you want to be when you grow up?
Pilot.
You want to be a pilot. That's very nice.
Ng pilot.
You too? You also?
Ang aso ko pilot. Di pilot.
Two pilots. Langdon, what do you want to be?
Jet pilot. Jet fighter. Huh?
Three flyers.
Okay, o siya kain ba?
Three pilots.
Wait.
You want to be a policewoman. My question for you is, what do you want to be when you grow up? Translate.
Dito. Bila ka man po nun. Ay, kawagin ka mo. Kinisip siya.
Mira, para que van en ambulancia. Pero na ba siya? Hindi ko na to ko. Ito, ako wait sa ako pa. Hindi ba siya na walk?
Ano yung mo? Ang taso.
Hapo stop history.
What did she say?
She wants to be a driver.
Want to be a driver. Thank you.
Ito class.
Don't worry about it.
Hi, Dolly.
Ready? Good job, Lorna.
He wants to be a driver? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jay. You want to be a doctor? Thank you, Lan. What would you like to be when you finish school, when you grow up? You want to be a doctor?
Yes.
That's amazing. Thank you. A geologist?
Yeah.
That's really impressive. Thank you.
This one, we use it for a welcome. And when our guest comes, we use this to welcome our guests, to bring them in our house or a feast, we use this for welcome. So you can see the spear, we use it for the welcome. This one, we use this, our grandfathers, they use this for fighting. These are the fighting weapons. They shoot people with this spear. So this spear is for the fighting spear.
So it's safe to say that that's a throwing spear.
Throwing spear.
Okay.
It's the throwing spear to shoot people for fighting.
I would hate to get hit by that thing.
This one, when they shoot a man, they use this to break their head.
My goodness. Let me zoom in on that just so people can get a good idea of what's going to be going across a man's head if they get somebody angry. That's what's going to be going across your head and crack your skull open. It's not so friendly, but it's not supposed to be.
When they kill a man, they use this to cut their neck off.
My goodness. So that one's to chop people's heads off.
Yes.
So let me get this straight. You guys have a throwing spear to catch a man when he's running. You guys have a club to knock a man across his head if he's down.
So it's down.
You guys have this weapon here to really chop a man's head off. Well, it looks like you have a complete weapon set.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a shield.
Okay.
Shield that we use when the enemies comes, when they throw spears, we stop spears with this.
Okay.
So when the spear comes, shoots here.
That's really a sight to see. Would you mind telling everybody what that shield is made out of?
This shield made out of wood and a cane.
Wood and cane. Wow.
For the
That's really impressive.
Dance, time for feasting, time for married time, or friends invited. We put the feathers, we put all our dressings, and we go and dance.
So it's safe to say that's a headdress for celebrations.
Headdress for celebration. That's it. After the celebration comes, we take all those feathers, put them in the one place, and we kept it, not to destroy. This one is sign of the laws that we put. This is the sign. When he drops, and all the feathers he has is what we have in the land. That's all up here, and it's the customary law that is up on the feathers, and this is the sign. The law. When he breaks everything destroys here, this law will touch him, so that he might get under our cultural inheritance law to pay, to kill the pigs and offer to the chief. That's why the sign of it. When he drops, there's a sign here. Little bit sign here. This sign is a sign of that you are in trouble. So he will be charged with our cultural inheritance and the law to pay out. So this sign stands for guide him to protect everything and safe back home. After the events, this sign is for the safeguard of his dancing and also all the feathers of this on his head, and all the dressings must be protected. This sign is for them. Thank you. This headdress is a sign of the chief of the village, chief of the fighters, and chief all the clan. The sign of this is for the chief. This sign is for the chief dress for every feast And also for the fighting, chief has a dressing separate from the fighting troops. His troops have another dressing, they have dressing. They use only the Kasawari feathers only. But the chief has a feathers of Kasawari and also the mouth of the hornbill. And his dress designs, his beaches has dressed, is giving us the sign that he is the chief. And everybody will respect him. That's why all these signs and all this has been for the chief.
Okay.
This concert is for giving a sign that he will blow it for the fighting sign, and also he will blow it for when the people die. He will blow this. It is sign for blowing the whistles so that they will come. They will hear it, or that the sound for fighting, or that the sound for a dead person. So we might come all and see. So they will all come. It's a sign.
So let me get that right. If the chief blows the conch shell, it's a sign that that he wants the battle to begin,
It's given a sign of dead.
or it's a, or it's
When a woman or the men or the children dies, when everybody goes out in the garden, he will blow this to bring everybody in the village.
okay, to show that somebody has died.
Somebody's died. It is a sound of death. He can blow in that sound.
Okay.
They got different sounds to blow.
So there's different sounds for different
sounds
things.
to blow. Sounds for the fighting is different from the sound of death, and the sound of the dancing is different. Chief
Okay.
use it, and everybody knows this sound is for this.
So there's a sound to begin a battle. There's a sound for somebody has died, and there's a sound for celebrations.
Celebration.
Is there any more sounds?
That's all.
Thank you. Okay, I've started it. Just about the belt, Uncle. We'll do the tapa later.
I take the belt out and hold only the belt. This belt is made out of wood. Take the skins out and we made a belt. And this belt is purpose for tightening our tapa. When we wear tapa, then we get our belt and then we put it on and we tighten it. It goes strong.
So what is the belt made out of again?
Rope of we cut the wood, tree, sticks. We cut the sticks out. It's a special wood.
Small trees.
Small trees.
It's the wood of a small tree.
Small trees. That's a special.
You can cut it off and remove out the skin, and you scrape it on top of the skin, and then you put it.
Is there a particular kind of tree or any small tree?
No. There's a special tree.
Does it have a name? Or you're not sure?
In our language, we all call that different. That we used to use our cultural language. We use wongase, meaning that this tree is for purpose for this.
And how do you call it in your language?
Wongase.
Wongase. Okay. Thank you. Could you explain the colors?
Colors, it's in our tapas. Tapa.
What does the red and the black mean?
Black is our land. Black is our land. And the red, it's our tapa. This is called lime bottle made out of coconut shells. And this type of lime bottle contains coconut shells made out of, and its purpose for the chief. When chief take this in a time of celebration, he takes this and go and sit down. And because chief is the planner for all things, that he will plan it for the people. So when chief takes this and sit down, they know that chief has everything in him. He will put it and he will put it in the plan so that they will take it. And this sign is for a time for the eating. That's why this is the sign. It's time for eating. Nobody will disturb that day. When they take disturb on that day, that child or that boy or that man or that woman is under law of chief. He will kill a pig and he will give it to the chief. And then everything that the celebration will be stopped until he kills pigs and gives. And then everything will be started again. This lime container is for the chief.
So it's a lime container.
It's a lime made out of coconut shell.
It's a lime container made out of coconut shell.
Coconut shell.
And it's for lime for a betel nut?
Lime for the betel nut, they chew the betel nut.
Okay. That's pretty amazing that even a long time ago, people were chewing betel nuts.
Chewing betel nut.
And they still chew betel nuts today.
They still chew betel nut today. These drums made out of wood, but it's a special wood that we made out. Purpose for the drums. When we made out of wood, and we use drums for dancing on. So when the time of celebration comes, we put all the feathers and we dress it, and then we get drums, and then we start to dance and sing.
How loud does that drum go? Is it loud?
It's very loud.
Thank you.
This is made out of a pig's teeth, and this one also made out of pig's teeth. And these are the trees that's in the bush. We always go and pick it and we dress it. And then this is for the feast. It's time for feast. Chiefs wear this. It's meaning that it's time for eating and celebration. That's why this necklace is for that reason.
Can
We
you
use it for feast.
can you put it on so we can see how it looks? Wow, that's amazing.
It's time for feast. We wear this and come. We know that it's time for eating. When they have this sign that everybody's have, because it's time for eating, we all come with this, showing that sign of eating.
Thank you very much.
I have a black sign on my body. That black is a sign of fighting, that I'm coming to fight. That's why all my bodies have been black, painted with the black. It's sign of fighting.
What is the black made out of, Uncle?
It's black made out of black charcoal.
Charcoal. Thank you.
Just dancing that when we kill the people, when they bring a man, they put it, they celebrate and they dance. Because they kill the man, they will cook and eat. So they dance. Seoro tigito embo namozage yare evire isoro oro tigito embo namozage yare evire Kazati 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 Imbiza mobone tozo tozo Kazati Kazati Kazati, kazati. Imbiza mabone, tozo, tozo.